All right, what is going on, my dude? So we're back here today with an updated list for, in my opinion, the best champions to take to rank 5 in MCOC in April of 2023. So, Act 8.2 just launched. We got that spring sale coming up super duper soon. Maybe I'm uploading this to the day of, the day after, the day before. Who knows what's going to be in the spring sale, but there might be some juicy stuff. So, just in case, let's make this video. Now, let's get this out of the way immediately, because every time I post this, there's at least a few people who are like, oh, no Human Torch? You're an idiot. This isn't a tier list. This is not the best champions in each class list. There are many videos like that. That's not what this is. This is the best champions to take to rank 5 to use precious rank 5 materials on right now in April of 2023, where 99.999999% of MCOC players have 1 or 0 rank 5 champions. Okay? So, now that that's out of the way, let's start jumping into the list. So, for the skill class, we have Kingpin, Baron Zemo, and Nick Fury. These 3 champions would be unbelievable at rank 5 and will be future-proof for the foreseeable future, in my opinion. These 3 champions are pretty much game changers in both directions in the game. Kingpin answers so many problems. Baron Zemo has so many unique utilities. Nick Fury is just kind of busted, especially in that second life. As time goes on, right, I wouldn't really personally want to rank 5 Nick Fury because he does have that extra prerequisite of like really wanting that deep wounds commitment. He's a great champion. He always will be, man. He has so much stuff going on. All 3 of these guys really do. Moving on to great options, we have Valkyrie, Stealthy, Mole Man, Shang-Chi, and Crossbones, and most importantly, your favorite champ. Listen, rank 5 materials are scarce. They're super duper valuable, both in monetary value and in MCOC value right now. But at the end of the day, you have to rank your favorite champs. You have to love the champions that you love. You have to love the champions that you rank. Listen, don't rank Kingpin over Daredevil Netflix. Wow, that's a perfect example, actually. Don't rank Kingpin over Daredevil Hell's Kitchen just because Kingpin's on my list and Daredevil isn't. If you're gonna ask me who's gonna be more valuable at rank 5, it's gonna be Kingpin. But if you don't like the champion and you love Daredevil and you're still gonna use your rank 4 Daredevil over your rank 5 Kingpin, well, guess what? You made a mistake. You gotta rank your favorite champ. And if that's Daredevil, so freaking be it, dude. So be it. Rank the champions that you love, even with your precious materials, because it's a game, and games are meant to be fun. Moving on to debatable. Hitmonkey, Mantis, and Falcon. So, the little 7, of course, means they're going to be in this initial 7-star pool. That's something to really keep in mind here. Now, if you watched my rank 4 video, which I'm 99.99% sure I'm uploading first, I was like, yeah, don't make that really prevent you from ranking up champions because they're going to be in the 7-star pool. This is a little different, okay? The rank up resources required for a rank 5 is very different from a rank 4. It has those tier 6 class catalysts. And 7 stars are going to require, I believe it's just 1 more of each catalyst to get to rank 2 than to get the 6-star to rank 4. These materials take a very long time to accumulate. So throwing them into like a rank 5 Falcon when you have like a few 7 stars to open next week, when he's in the initial pool of 36 champions, I can't really recommend you do that. I can't stop you from doing that, but this is very different from keep in mind, if you use some tier 6 basic on the champion, you might get the 7-star. No, this is hey, keep in mind that the tier 6 class catalyst that you've been building for over a year, well, now you have to build 4 of them to rank the champion you really like. So maybe hold off. I'm not saying rank someone else now, but maybe hold off until you open a few 7 stars to see if you get that champion first, if you love them that much. That's just my suggestion there. Again, I can't make you do anything, but that's just going to be what I suggest. So yeah, Hitmonkey at rank 5 though would be a bit of a beast. Yeah, he's a little squishy, but the extra health would be definitely nice for him. But the damage output on a rank 5 Hitmonkey, holy moly, that's going to be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Moving on to science. We got Scorpion, Spidey, and Quicksilver. Spidey 2099 was my first rank 5. The dude is an absolute freaking monster, especially in Alliance War. The dude absolutely shreds, dude. Shreds. Go check out my rank 5 video if you don't believe me. We have Quicksilver, obviously Quicksilver, an absolute beast, right? Got that amazing utility of countering mist and evasion. You got Scorpion, who's just a damage powerhouse, got those immunities as well. Spidey's got that buff immunity, it's got that ridiculous passive power control. These 3 champions are so freaking good, man. These 3 champions, if you got these guys ranked up, even rank 3 or higher, you're gonna have a lot of coverage against the Mystic class. Throw in Human Torch there as well for a bit of a nuke. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a great time there, actually. Moving on to great options. We got 2 7-stars in here, man. That initial 7-star pool, I'm excited to open my 7 stars. Let's just say that. Spot, rank 5 Spot, man, is pretty nutty. Nick 136 has some rank 5 Spot videos. The guy's a beast at rank 5, man. So go check that out if you want to see some Spot action. Titania, dude. Oh my god, a rank 5 Titania would be so good. But you want to know what would be even better than a 7-star? I ruined my joke. You know what would be even better than a 6-star rank 5 Titania? A 7-star rank 2 Titania. She's in the initial pool. And my god, she'd be nutty because she does not need to be at a super duper high sig to be absolutely incredible. Yeah, man. But she'd be a baller rank 5, but again, you know, she's got that 7-star incoming. So just keep it in mind. These are things you really do have to think about when making your decision for the rank up. Then you got Overseer. Overseer would be so good at rank 5, dude, but of course there is that 7-star looming. Now, here's the thing with Overseer. He does get better the higher sig that he is, right? So that's definitely something to keep in mind as well, where a rank 5 sig 200 Overseer will probably perform better than a 7-star rank 2 unduped Overseer. Now, another thing is the 7 stars, even at rank 1, is going to have the combat power rate that the rank 5 6 stars do. So that's a very interesting thing that instantly makes the launch of 7 stars more valuable than the launch of 6 stars. So that's why in the past it's always been like, hey, your 5 stars are still going to be better than your 6 stars. Honestly, that's not the same this time, in my opinion. The only thing that's really going to be like increasing the power of the 6 stars over the 7 stars, if it's a champion like Overseer who wants to be at a very high sig. For example, we have like Falcon down here, right? A sig 20 7-star Falcon is going to do much better than like a sig 200 6-star Falcon. You know what I mean? Like a rank 4 sig 200 Falcon as a 6-star, it's probably not going to be as effective as the 7-star, like sig 20, sig 40. So it's just a different kind of thing, different kind of a rarity launch than we've seen in the past, you know? Who knows though? Mr. Negative, ridiculous champion. Immortal Abomination, fantastic champion. And Thing, dude, a rank 5 Thing without a counter is like probably going to be a timeout for like battlegrounds and stuff like that, man. Just crazy tanky champion. Of course, your favorite champ. Few debatables. Cassie Lang, not really out yet, but neither is Zemo, and he's all the way up there. Captain America Infinity War, I would not want to rank 5 Captain Infinity War over any of the other champions above him, but he's pretty darn solid. He's just a little bit more basic than the others. But yeah, the other champions just counter the Mystic class so well. Then you got Mr. Fantastic, so much control over the fight, lots of great things going on. Moving on to Mystic, we have the Moo Man, Rintra, Dr. Doom, and Tiger. Of course, obviously, if you're doing a rank 5, you know if you're a Tiger player or not. I just feel like I need to say it. Don't rank 5 Tiger because she's on top of all the tier lists and all the best champ to rank lists. If you don't like Tiger, don't rank Tiger. Dr. Doom and Rintra are no-brainers at this point. Pretty much anybody can play them with some practice. All right, moving on to great options. Absorbing Man. Absorbing Man would be a pretty nutty rank 5, dude. Great dual-use champion. Diablo, of course, a great champion. Super duper sustainable, especially with the Suicide Masteries. Right, great champion. Mojo would be ridiculous at rank 5. I have an alliance mate with a rank 4 Mojo, and he shreds. He shreds, dude. It's crazy. The Hood would be a great rank 5, man. He's like that one in the chamber champion that works really well for battlegrounds, and the higher, you know, impact that he'll have, the better he's going to do. So he's not just good for that as well. He's really good for countering cosmics, and he's really good across the board. Really solid invisibility mechanic that makes him very, very useful for a lot of things. Just a great champion. I think he's going to really excel at rank 5 with the additional combat power rate. Black Widow Clairvoyant was not on my list last time, and so many people in the comments were like, I want to see Black Widow on there. I heard you, I hear you, and I agree. Black Widow Clairvoyant would be a really great rank 5. Very relevant champion, always will be relevant in my opinion. She gets around a lot of interesting things. Galen, for example, nullify immune. Super duper weird for him to be nullify immune, right? He's not immune to buff immunity. I can't imagine any champion immune to buff immunity in the near to distant future. I mean, like, you know, Kingpin will shrug it, the debuff, but it's so interesting because it's a debuff. You know what I mean? So it doesn't operate that greatly against skill champions who shrug. However, most skill champions don't have buffs you have to control. Something to keep in mind, okay? And of course, your favorite champion. We have debatable now. We got, why is that red? We got Wiccan and Sigil Witch. So Wiccan is very underrated in my opinion. He's very good for a lot of things and good at countering a lot of very tough cosmic champions, but he is in that initial 7-star pool, so keep that in mind. Then you got Sigil Witch. Not the biggest fan of the champion. I know a lot of people are. I say this every single time I put her on one of my lists, but yeah, she could be pretty darn effective at rank 5, especially if you run Mystic Dispersion. All right, coming on to the Cosmics. I really feel like we can skip over these and move on to the next ones. Hercules, Hulkling, and Galen. Moving on. Null, Cersei, Hyperion, and Cosmic Ghost Rider. Null, oof, my god, a rank 5 Null would be so freaking nutty. Hyperion as well, dude. Cosmic Ghost Rider, with an additional 5% combat power rate is going to be really, really nice for him. Going to make cycling those special 2s a lot easier for him, and getting there without having the dex, just like 2 combos. Don't really have to worry about like the heavy attacks too much. Yeah, it's gonna be really, really nice to get up there, man. Cersei, oh my god, I really want a rank 5 Cersei in the future. If Cersei was in the initial 7-star pool, she'd be the one I want the most. I love Cersei so much. She's so good. She's so good. Love the champion. Love the champion. Always will. Always have. Always will. Just so good. So good. Bittersteel has a rank 5 Cersei, has some great videos up on her as well. Go check it out if you want to see some Cersei action. She's just fantastic. Great champion. Unbelievably underrated. So good. King Groot and Gore. Gore's in that initial 7-star pool, but the dude is much better after his buff. Could definitely be a pretty darn solid rank 5. Yeah, Gore is pretty darn cool. King Groot as well. He's debatable for me because, like, what's he really going to do at rank 5? He's not going to do at rank 4. Like, he's immortal at rank 4, right? He'll get some more attack for sure, but he's also going to get more healing, and he already has so much of it. But yeah, King Groot is an absolute beast of a champion. He could be a pretty interesting rank 5, man. I'd imagine our bald friend Brian Grant's going to have one of those soon enough. So, pretty interesting stuff there. I guess we'll see how good he is then. Moving on to tech, we got Nimrod, who is pretty arguably the best, most valuable tech champion in the game at this point, countering those mutant champions and other champions as well whenever there is prowess or regeneration. And also he's pretty just darn solid in general too. That special too, it's really well. Not even to mention he's a robot, so he's got the bleed poison immunity too, right? Nimrod is just a really fantastic champion across the board. Very, very safe with the armor ups, making him tanky too. Just solid stuff. Infamous Iron Man does really great stuff at rank 5 in my opinion. Not to mention he's #1 prestige in the game. Just really, really great champion across the board. Got some nice immunities as well. One thing I see people saying a lot about him is like, oh, I hate how his immunities are tied to his armor up buff. That's definitely fair. I definitely understand that. But at the end of the day, it makes him counterable by cosmic champions, so it makes sense to me. Maybe it'd be better if he was like nullify immune. That would probably make sense for him, I think. I don't know. Ghost, I debated putting Ghost down to great options, but honestly, man, I think a rank 5 Ghost would just be absolutely absurd for many things, man. If you're a Ghost user, I think a rank 5 Ghost would not be the worst thing for you. Something I'm considering as well. Moving on to great options. Penny Parker, dude, a rank 5 Penny though, oh my god, she'd be so good. That extra combat power rate for her would be so good. Omega Sentinel as well does some really solid things at rank 5. Warlock and Ultron, 2 really fantastic robots with a lot of fantastic utility as well. always will be useful. Robots, you know, they're not always the most flashy champions in the game. Nimrod's kind of flashy, you know, but they're just very effective. They have relevant immunities. Ultron gets some additional pseudo immunities as well at a high stake. You know, Warlock has that fantastic utility of, like, you know, being great in Alliance War and Battlegrounds with the power drain and power burn and everything. So yeah, just really great champs. Moving on to debatable, we have Future Ant-Man, who's just so underrated and is so good. He'll be a great rank 5, a great dually champ. Starkey and Howard the God. Howard the Duck, yeah. Starkey at rank 5, dude, oh my god, he's going to hit like a little smart car because he's very small, but still a car. I'm going to hit very hard. Yeah, Starkey would be pretty darn nutty at rank 5, man. The extra combat power rate too. The Duck, man, oh my god, he has so many Furies, and every Fury would be increased by however much percent moving from rank 4 to rank 5. That extra damage at max ramp would be so nutty on Howard, dude. The only downside to him is that you can't use him super effectively when you can't stun the opponent. And that is, you know, more often than not that big of a deal. But it definitely sometimes is, and that's, I guess you can really make that for anybody. Like, you know, these three aren't going to be good if you can't put debuffs on them. I don't know, but just having to stun the opponent sometimes is, it's one of those things where it's like, why I put him in debatable? I don't know. I think he'd be a crazy good rank 5, though. I don't know. Who knows, man? I'd love to see a rank 5 dub. Then we got our mutants, Apocalypse, Kitty Pryde, Omega Red, just 3 phenomenal champions, right? Really great champions. They'd be fantastic rank 5s. Kitty Pryde, busted. Apocalypse, so good on his own and just enhancing the rest of the mutant class. Omega Red, especially if you run suicides, bonkers. Moving on to great options, Bishop and Domino in that initial 7-star pool, right? Just keep that in mind. They'd be great first 7 stars. They'd also be great rank 5s. But keep it in mind, okay? Keep it in mind when you're making your choice. Domino, one of those champions who's going to do better at a high sig. Bishop definitely will be better, but also doesn't need it, okay? Just keep that in mind. Professor X would be a pretty darn solid rank 5. I think the extra combat power rate would be good for him, and also just more prowess potency as well, man. And maybe more special damage potency as he moves up all that fun stuff. But yeah, Professor X, great champion, very relevant. I don't see people using him as much as they should. He's very good. And Toad, super duper underrated across the board, I think. Toad would be a very solid rank 5. And then for debatable, I went ahead and I actually just tossed this man down here. Weapon X. You know, I usually keep Weapon X off of my lists, but you know, recently people spent like $800 to get him. And honestly, man, if you like the champion, I know that people often don't talk about him because he's kind of like a pay-to-get champ at this point, aside from like the legend runners back in the day. That's why I got mine. He'd be a solid rank 5. He'd be a very solid rank 5. But yeah, that's my list. That's the video for April 2023. Again, I just want to reiterate, this is not a tier list. That's why Human Torch and Archangel and Magneto are not on it. So if you ask me in the comment section below, I said it like 3 times in the video, so come on. People are going to do it. I know people are going to do it. But that's it for this one, man. Once again, just want to reiterate that these materials are very rare, very expensive, very hard to come by. Will they become more common soon? Probably. But as of April 2023, they ain't. So just keep that in mind, all right? So when you're choosing your rank 5, keep in mind the 7-star pool. Keep in mind if you're going to be opening a bunch of 7-star crystals soon. Just keep the stuff in mind, all right? And make sure you rank your favorite champion. Yeah. I'll be seeing you around, man.